the Rockets, none of those NBA teams were going to call me. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to make a buck or two in my life because we were struggling financially, and a friend of mine showed me this deal. I did not understand it when I saw it, couldn't have explained that stuff if my life had depended on it, but I just kept thinking, gee, that might work. I mean, that was the one thought that kept going through my mind, is that might work. So I decided to give it a shot. I got in, I had a goal to make $1,000 a month. I thought if I could make $1,000 a month, that would help me pay some credit card bills. So, you know, I started talking to people, and in this business, that's really all we do is talk to people. So I started talking to folks, sharing the opportunity, got a few yeses, got a few nos. Took me 6 months, but I finally got a check that had a comma in it. I have never been as excited to see a comma in my whole life as I was to have a residual check with my name on it and a comma involved. But I used to go to church with a man named Zig Ziglar, and Zig would always say, go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you're going to be able to see further. Well, Zig was right. When we got it to $1,000 a month, I could see 3. We got it to $3,000 a month, I could see 5, and then 10, and then 20. And Jeannie and I have been blessed to make a whole lot of money with this company, and I'll tell you this, guys, I grew up dirt poor in southeast Dallas in Pleasant Grove. Will anyone admit to knowing where Pleasant Grove is? I can't believe you would shame yourself. I grew up on a street called Dunlap, if anybody knows the Grove. And on Dunlap, there were 2 murders and a rape within 7 houses. They confiscated 500 pounds of marijuana across the street. I saw more drugs and violence as a kid than I ever cared to remember. But that's okay, because it doesn't matter where we start, it's where we end. Yes or yes? So that's a good thing right there. But that's, you know, that's enough about me. Obviously, you've heard about the great, amazing company. You know, I'm going to talk about 3 things that I think are key in success, whether it be Stream or any other area of your life. But obviously, I'm going to focus this talk on Stream because, you know, that's our vehicle. That's what's going to take care of us financially if we're willing to pay the price of whatever it takes to get there. But I'm going to say, let's reject indifference, number 1. In other words, let's quit settling, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I think so many times we just settle. You know, we started out life with all these dreams, and we were going to just rock the world, and we were going to live in these big, beautiful homes and drive these fine cars and do all these amazing things. And then life starts beating our dreams out of us. And all of a sudden, if we were really honest, so many of us in this room, me included before Stream came along, I was living a life I never intended to live. You know, I don't know if you fall in that category. Maybe your life's totally wonderful, and if it is, bless you. I'm glad you're living there like that. But I tell you what, for me, it wasn't that way. You know, I had to do something. So I had to make the decision that where I came from there in Pleasant Grove wasn't going to hold me back. I wasn't going to let growing up in the ghettos hold me back. I wasn't going to let not having a dad in my life hold me back. I had a burning desire in my butt that I wanted to be somebody. So we can all do that. It doesn't take special ability. It just takes action. If you're willing to do what it takes, you can do it too, guys. That's what's exciting, because get this. Everybody in this room has greatness inside you. Every person listening to me right now, you got greatness inside you. Now, the sad part is so many people go to their grave with all that greatness still in them. But I'm challenging us tonight that we're going to get our greatness out. We're going to do some great and mighty things while we're still breathing. Fair enough? Yeah. We need to reject that indifference, guys. Let's do that. Let's quit settling. Let's not be mediocre. Let's strive for something. Let's get those dreams and goals back. Number 2, we've got to accept responsibility. You know, as I travel the country, I just find more and more people want to blame somebody else for their lack of success. I'm not sure how we do that. Let's get a fact straight real quick here. Do you realize life is not fair? I mean, let's just get real. Life is not fair. It just really isn't. You know, if life was fair, I'd have had a dad. Didn't have a dad, you know. Never had a dad. Played ball my whole life. Every ball you could play. I was playing ball. Never had a dad come to one game. I'd watch all the other guys have their dads on the sidelines, and they're so proud doing all this for their dad. I didn't have a dad there. Had a great mom, but I never had a dad. You know, if life was fair, I'd have had a dad. It isn't, though. You know, I wish I could have grown up in a better neighborhood. Probably not fair, huh? You know, what we got to realize, though, is we don't have any choice in where we come into this world. But we do have a choice where we want to leave this world from, see? And that's the thing we've got to come to grips with. It doesn't matter what your great-great-great-granddaddy did or didn't do. It doesn't even matter what your daddy did or didn't do. I mean, really what it boils down to is we got to look in the mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. We just got to accept that stuff, that life ain't fair, and forget about that. I mean, we can blame people all we want to, but it ain't going to help our situation. So we've got to make that decision that we want to change our lives, and we can't go back and make a new beginning. Does everybody understand that? We can't go back and make a new beginning. Can't do it. Impossible. But you know what we can all do starting tonight? We can all start right now before we walk out those doors, make a decision that we're going to make a better ending. And see, that should be the goal. But we've got to accept the responsibility that it's up to us if we really want to change our lives. And let's quit making excuses. Did you realize you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both? I say we stop making excuses and we start making some money with this amazing company that we have. So, we're going to reject indifference. We're going to accept responsibility and realize it's up to us. We're going to go home and look in the mirror tonight and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. And then number 3, and my final point is this. We're going to lead courageously. We're going to lead courageously. Do you understand? If you want to make money in this business, do you realize this is not winning the lottery? You realize I can't stand up here and guarantee anybody millions of dollars? I can't guarantee you anything. All I can guarantee is we got a chance. And if you like me, all I ever wanted was a chance. But here's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. You know, we're all going to leave a legacy when we're gone from this earth. We're all going to leave a legacy. And I know that broke, some news to you guys. Believe it or not, 100 years from now, we got one thing in common. None of us are going to be in this room. You know that? I mean, we're all going to be gone. And when we go, we're going to have a legacy that we left on this earth. What I'm going to challenge us to do is let's leave a legacy that shows people with our name that we can do something special. But to do that, we've got to be the leader. We've got to set the example for them. We've got to blaze the trail. And here's some ways we're going to do that. Do you realize if you really want to be successful, we need to do a few things. Number 1, you need to make a list of everybody you've ever known in your entire life and not prejudge anyone. Everybody you've ever known. Because I'm going to tell you this, there's no way to look at anybody in this room and me to tell if you're going to be successful in stream or not. I can't do it. I can't look at him. Nobody has stream stamped on their forehead, I mean, we just don't have that. So we don't know. So we need to put down everybody we've ever known in our entire life on a list. And I'm telling you, you should have 100, 200 names on there. And don't pass out. Think about this. Who'd you go to elementary school with, middle school with, high school with, college with, church with, work with, played with, kids' activities? I mean, think about it. There's tons of people that we know, guys. Tons of them. Quit prejudging. You don't know if they're going to want to join us or not. And understand this. Here's a key fact about life, too. Do you realize there's different levels of broke? Do you realize you can drive a Yugo, live in a mobile home, and be broke? But do you realize you can drive that SL Mercedes, live in that 6,000 square foot nice house, and still be living paycheck to paycheck? Yeah. See, that's something that I had to learn. I used to think, boy, if they drove a nice car, lived in a nice house, oh, they wouldn't be interested. They got all that money. No, they just probably more in debt. I mean, so what we've got to understand is we put all those people on that too. Just because they look good and smell good, don't mean we don't put them on our list, okay? See, we need to recruit up. That's something we need to do, guys. We need to recruit up. We got to understand, if you think you're a 6 on the socioeconomic scale, what's easy for us is to talk to 4s and 2s. But if we talk to 4s and 2s, then we just taught them to talk to 2s and 0s. Pretty soon we got a whole team of 0s. And I mean, our group ain't going nowhere, huh? What we've got to do, if we're a 6 on that socioeconomic scale, we got to talk to 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Now, I'm not saying we don't talk to broke Uncle Harry. We do. But I'm telling you what, broke Uncle Harry's kind of way down on the list, because chances are there's a reason broke Uncle Harry's broke, huh? We got to go after people that have influence, because they can blow your team up, guys. That's what we've got to understand. So we're going to make a list, and we're going to start setting appointments. Hey, I got something I want to run by you. Can we have a cup of coffee? Hey, I got something I want to get your opinion on. Can we meet for lunch? Hey, I got something I want to talk to you about. Can you swing by my house? And then we just play about the old Steve Fisher video that's on the front of our website, huh? And we let Steve do that work. And then at the end, call somebody in the upline, get a little third-party credibility going. Guys, we got to get some action going. That's what makes this thing fly. Do you understand that? Yeah. We're going to make a list, and we're going to start getting the presentation in front of people. Then we're going to show the plan. I mean, we just got to show that plan after we set those appointments. Show the plan. Show the plan. Show the plan. You know, the other day somebody said, I want to make some money like you, Presley. What do I need to do? And I said, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan. They go, no, I want to make a lot of money. I said, okay, then show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan. They go, no, I want to make millions like you have. Then I said, well, show the plan, 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 show the plan. That's what we've got to do if we want to do that, guys. Do you realize we need to learn all kinds of stuff? Sure, we need to get a basic understanding of how this business works and all that, absolutely. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to make a lot of money, it boils down to you getting the presentation in front of people. And then if they say, no, it's not for me, then you go, hey, help me out and try some of these services, and you get some customers out of that deal. So we're going to make us a list. We're going to set some appointments. We're going to show the plan over and over and over again. And then my fourth point on that one is going to be, you got to plug in. And you need to be here all the time, not just when our CEO's here. I mean, we need to understand, guys, you need to be here. You plug in to everything you can plug into. You get in on the conference calls, you get in on the webinars, you get to the meetings, you get to all the big events. We got to be plugged in. And then I'm going to throw a couple of tidbits in right here too. That's the key. Everybody look up here and listen. Hang with me, guys. I'm telling you what it takes if you're wanting to know. We have got to lead by example. We've got to be the leaders here, guys. So here's what we've got to understand. Do you realize we need to be our own best customer? Yeah. We need to be our own best customer. In other words, if we're going to sell Chevys, we need to be driving a Chevy. I mean, let's think that through, guys. You know, I can't walk up and go, hey, man, why don't you try my mobile service? And he goes, well, do you like it? Does it work? Well, I don't know. I don't have it, but I want you to have it. Let me say this on that subject. I had AT&T for 16 years, guys. When I could be my own customer, you know what I did? I called AT&T, told them goodbye, and I'm my own customer. You need to be your own customer. Especially, think this through, with that $35 plan for 6 gigs, international plan, all unlimited calling to Mexico and Canada. I mean, let's get real. We should be running out the door signing people up. There's nothing on the market even close to that. And that's not, they don't pay that price for a couple of months. Our CEO said they pay that price till the end of next year. To the end of 17, that was that $35 price. Guys, that's not just an okay deal. That's something we should be shouting from the top of our house, getting as many customers on that as we can. And if you're not on the service, shame on you, but that's all right. You need to get on that $35 deal, guys. Understand, Sprint is the envy of the mobile business right now. They've got more spectrum than anybody. They're fixing to be the #1 company out there. We're partnered with those guys. We're at the right place at the right time. Everybody needs it. Now, understand this, protective services, we need it. Home services, we need it. I mean, let's think this through. Electricity, guys, we get it. I mean, we want to be our own best customer. Then obviously we're going to go get a lot of other customers, but we need to be able to share that we've got it. Now you say, well, what about that may cost me just a little bit? Don't think like an employee, guys. Think big. You got to think big, because get this, it's a monkey see, monkey do business. So if we get on the services and our team sees us getting on the services, then as we're getting these new people in, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing, and all of a sudden, what happens to your MEI? It starts going through the roof, guys. We've got to start thinking bigger. Quit thinking small. Let's think big, guys. We're going to make us a list. We're going to set some appointments. We're going to show the plan. We're going to plug in, and we're going to be our own best customer. Now, I'm going to challenge us tonight that as you walk out these doors, you draw a line in the sand, guys. You draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to stand in the gap for my family. I'm going to stand in the gap and show people with my last name that we can do something special. I'm going to show some people from my side of the tracks that we can make it big, because everybody in here, I'll say it again, you got greatness in you and you can do anything that you set your mind to. We still live in America, which is the greatest country on this earth. And in spite of all our faults, we can still be, do, and have anything that we set our mind to. I believe that, guys. And so can you. But we've got to do it. Let's stand in the gap for our families, guys. I want to thank you for having me tonight. This was fun. I've enjoyed being here, but it gives me a great privilege to bring up, you know, I'm a big fan and a friend of John Maxwell's. How many people have heard of John Maxwell? Yeah, John Maxwell, great expert on leadership. He actually spoke at one of our ignitions, and great guy. He always says that everything rises and falls with leadership. That it rises and falls with leadership. I'm the most excited I have been in years about Stream, and it's because of our leadership, and I'm talking about the leadership at the very top. Guys, I couldn't be happier to introduce our CEO.